Hi guys, my name is Mika and today's video is kind of a self-intervention. You see, I had a problem the other day where I bought a new book, knowing I didn't have any space for it, might I add. And you want to know what my solution to that problem was? I bought a new library cart. Yeah, so now that means I have not one library cart, but two. And clearly I didn't think this through because I originally wanted this library cart to just be full of books that I needed to haul for you guys. And all of those books don't even fit on here. So I think that can only mean one thing. It's time for a book on haul. But first, I'm going to say thank you to today's sponsor because these books aren't buying themselves, am I right? Thank you so much to Book of the Month for sponsoring today's video. If you're not new to this channel, you know I talk about Book of the Month like all the time. They are a monthly subscription service where you get to pick one out of a few different selections every single month of so many amazing different genres, and it gets delivered straight to your door. Your first box with them is only $9.99 for an adult hardcover, which is absolutely amazing. We all know how expensive books can be. They always have new and emerging authors as well as some really well established and well-known authors, and they also have some pretty great add-ons on their website as well. So I would highly recommend checking out their website and looking through the add-on section because there are definitely some hidden gems in there. They sent me over a bunch of their book picks for the month of June, so I'm going to share them with you guys. First up, we have The Lifestyle, and this is by Taylor Hahn. And then we have The Stardust Thief, which is by Chelsea Abdullah. Then we have The Lies I Tell, which this one looks very interesting. Women of Light, and The Things We Do in the Dark, and this is by Jennifer Hillier. You can use my code MikaAugust with them in order to get your first box for $9.99. The link will be down below in my description, so feel free to use it. And also, like I said, definitely check out their add-on section. If you're just not feeling it for that month, you can literally just skip it and wait for the next month, so it's completely risk-free. I love Book of the Month. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into this book on haul. I guess I should do a little disclaimer that if one of your favorite books is mentioned in this video, it does not mean that I absolutely hate your favorite book or think you have bad taste or anything like that. It's just because that book personally didn't work for me, or honestly it's probably because I had multiple copies of it, because I do have a lot of books in this unhaul that are just going away because I had like multiple copies of them, whether I bought one and then a company sent it to me, or a company accidentally sent me two, or I accidentally bought two. Also, all of my friends are getting first dibs on the books in this pile, and then the rest I will definitely be selling on my Depop, so if you're interested in any of them, you can go check out my Depop. It'll also be linked down below. When I tell you guys, I wasn't even able to fit in majority of the books that I'm giving away because there are so many. So I just personally chose a few that I think are significant enough to talk about in this video, and it was still a lot. I honestly don't even know where to begin. I used to really hate getting rid of books because I don't know, I'm a hoarder and I just feel like it's just so special and I just want to keep them always. But I think it's time that I get rid of books that just like don't make me happy and that I don't love looking at on my shelves, because like my shelves should be my sanctuary. I should be able to just look at my shelves and be like, wow, my taste and my selection are just so me. And sometimes I look at my shelves and I'm like, what were you thinking, girl? Okay, enough blabbering. Let me get on to the first book. Okay, so this one is actually one I don't know if I'm willing to let go of just yet, and I'll explain why in a second. But it is the Fairy Loot edition of From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and you guys, this edition is so pretty. Look at the edges, like the sprayed edges are just stunning, and then like even just underneath the dust jacket is absolutely beautiful. Like I don't want to get rid of this book. However, I have not read From Blood and Ash, and if I'm being quite honest with myself, I don't see me reading it anytime soon or anytime in the foreseeable future or ever. And the reason why I'm so hesitant to get rid of it is because like I change my mind a lot when it comes to books that I'm interested in, and even though I'm not interested in it right now, I could be later, and what if it becomes one of my favorite books? And then I just like gave away this beautiful copy. So I did put this up on my Depop. It has like a crazy price on there right now just so that no one would actually buy it. I'm doing a interest check and just letting people send me their offers. So if you want to send me your offers for this book, let me know. You can definitely message me on there, but I'm just warning you now, I'm not sure if I'm ready to let go of it yet, but I'll think about it. Funnily enough, the next few books are also the Fairy Loot editions of the From Blood and Ash series. It's the first 3 books in the series. They're all so very pretty. They have like these stenciled edges. Oh my god, I cannot drop this. These for sure I think I am going to be getting rid of, only because I don't need that many editions of this book. Like, it's actually ridiculous. I have the regular hardcover. It's literally up on my shelves, you can see it, and I personally like the Illumicrate ones a bit better. So I will most definitely be selling this, whether I sell it on Depop or eBay, I'm not sure yet. So the next book is going to be Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. This is the cover that I absolutely hate. I know that there are the original covers. I do have the original cover. Thank God I found it on Depop for like a really good price, so I just bought it because they're out of print now. But I don't really like the new covers that much. And I know some people do, so I just feel like this would be much better in someone else's home. Plus, I don't need 2 copies of Corrupt. Like, I just don't. And I'm much more than content with the first edition of this book, so I will be getting rid of this one. All right, the next 2 books, y'all are probably gonna be mad at me, but they happen to be All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover and It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. So before y'all even start, I have multiple reasons why I kind of want to get rid of this book. I also have a Goodreads review on it. It is probably my least favorite Colleen Hoover book, and I explain everything why in my reviews. So if you want to, you can go on my Goodreads and read it. And I also am planning on doing a video that involves this book and like talking about it. So the only reason I might end up keeping this is for that reason. And also I just like having copies of books that I don't like because I can just pull it out and give receipts when needed. But yeah, if this is your favorite book, I'm sorry. I know so many people like it, but it was just not for me. And then All Your Perfects, I don't know how to feel about this book because I didn't even rate it on Goodreads. I read it in one sitting. I had so many mixed emotions while reading it, but I also didn't like it. So yeah, these are like the 2 Colleen Hoover books I just really didn't like. I loved Heartbones by Colleen Hoover, and I loved Reminders of Him. Like, those 2 books are actually some of my like favorite books. So it's not that I just like don't like Colleen Hoover. That is not the case at all. I just don't happen to like these 2 books. So yeah, these are definitely on the maybe pile. The thing is that I own so many of her books already. I feel like it won't even really make a difference if I keep these or get rid of them. So that's kind of my mindset on that. And then we have Truth and Tequila by Donna Schwartz. I bought this really randomly. It was definitely an impulse purchase, and I saw it on Amazon and I was like, oh, like the cover looks pretty, I want this. And I read the first few pages and I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this book. So I think I'm going to be selling it and getting rid of it. I had high hopes for it. It also takes place in Miami, so I was really excited about that. But I don't think I really mesh well with the writing. And yeah, I just don't see myself reading this anytime soon. Okay, next up we have a book that I should have gotten rid of such a long time ago, and that is The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. I did not like this book, like, at all when I read it. I liked some parts of it. I actually don't think Abby Jimenez's writing is that bad. I think what pissed me off in this book were the characters. I just could not stand the characters. Oh my god, why does my screen look purple? The lighting got so strange. It's probably because this book is so blue. It was a miscommunication trope, which I don't think is a spoiler. I just didn't like the miscommunication that went on. The miscommunication in this book could have been solved so easily. And don't get me wrong, I actually like the miscommunication trope sometimes. Like, if it's done right, I don't mind it because it brings the drama and I think it's kind of fun. But like, when it's literally something that you could have simply just had a conversation about and it was like not that serious, it kind of just, it feels a bit lazy to me, and I should have gotten rid of this book such a long time ago. Can you tell I've had a Red Bull before filming this? I feel like my brain is just absolutely everywhere right now. Okay, so next up we have The Cousins by Karen M. McManus. This one is a special edition. I actually don't know if I'm gonna get rid of this one. This might go in the maybe pile just because I did like One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I haven't read any of her other books, so like Two Can Keep a Secret. I think she wrote that, but I haven't read any of her other books and I've heard they're good. So the reason why I wanted to give this one away is mostly because like I just haven't really been reading that much YA thrillers, but I am starting slowly but surely to get back into them. So this is definitely a maybe book, but for now she's going in the UNHAUL pile. So next up we have All of Us Villains. So I'm giving away this book, sadly. I really wanted to like it. I did a giveaway for this book actually already, and I started it and I really wanted to like it, and it was pretty good. I just think that like I wasn't really in the mood for it, and I don't see myself picking it up anytime soon, so I will be getting rid of her. Then we have Perfect Chemistry, and I know that this book is a cult classic, if you will, but I think I think I've missed the time for it. I think I would have for sure loved it back in middle school when I was reading like the very angsty teen books that were really popular back then, but I feel like it's just too late for me and I don't see myself enjoying this as much as I would have if I read it back then. Then we have Lobizona, which I low-key don't want to get rid of. Like, the cover of this is everything to me. It's so pretty. I've had it on my shelves for quite some time and I like never look for it or reach for it, so she's got to go. Then we have The Curse Workers by Holly Black. Look at how big this book is. Like, what was she thinking? Maybe I will keep this. I just don't like how big it is. It was the length of this is really what was intimidating me, and I was gonna say how I just don't see myself reading a book this big anytime soon. But I just read a random page and she intrigued me, so I guess you can stay. Then we have The Disasters, and this cover, y'all, like, look at that. So beautiful. And also I know there's like artwork on the inside of this. I've had this for years and I just haven't picked it up. Like, I haven't reached for it. I don't feel like reaching for it. It's just not my taste in books anymore, so I will be getting rid of The Disasters. And then I have this Owl Crate exclusive edition of Jadefire Gold. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be giving this away. It's not my favorite like edition ever. If you like this book, let me know. I haven't really heard much about it, so I could be persuaded into keeping this, but for now I'm giving it away. Then we have Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer. Okay, then we have Renegades, also by Marissa Meyer. I know this book was really popular and a lot of people really enjoyed it. I think I read the first like 100 pages and I could not get into it. And once I reached that 100 page mark, if you don't have me, you lost me. So I know people said that you kind of just have to push through, and I just didn't feel like pushing through. This one, I'm kind of scared to talk about because I feel like a lot of people really like this, but that is The Gilded Wolves. I liked Roshani Chokshi. I've read some of her books and I really enjoyed them. It's been out for quite some time, so if I were to read it, I would have read it by now, and the fact that I haven't, I just think it should be with someone who will really enjoy this, and it's in pretty good condition. So then we have Master of One. This is a Fair Loot exclusive edition, so it has like really pretty sparkly red sprayed edges. Okay, so some of the next few books that I'm about to talk about are actually ARCs that I don't really have a need for. It's either because I just have the finished copy and I don't need the ARC, or because I'm just not interested in reading the book anymore. So first up we have Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angelis. This cover is stunning. I do have the finished copy of this, so I feel like I don't need the ARC. We also have Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. And also I want to mention, if you want to trade with me or anything, you can literally just message me on Twitter. I do have like a wish list of books that I'm looking for. They're kind of rare though, so yeah, but just let me know if you want to trade any of the ARCs that I'm about to show. You can message me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Then we have A Dark and Hollow. Oh, that was so loud. Then we have A Dark and Hollow Star. I also have the finished copy of this, so I will not be needing the ARC. And this one is really sad because I was really looking forward to reading this when it came out, and that is A Heart So Fierce and Broken. If y'all know, you literally know I absolutely loved A Curse So Dark and Lonely. Like, that book was my personality for so long when it came out. But then I heard what was happening and where the plot was going with this book, like the next book in the series, and it was just everything I didn't want to happen, so I ended up not reading it, and now I just like kind of lost my entire interest in the series. I still love the first book and like still cherish that book so much. I had the best time reading it, but will I be continuing it? Absolutely not. So I will be giving away this ARC. I'm also giving away the ARC Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez, and then I will be giving away Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. Oh my god, I almost forgot. So this is the first ARC that I ever got at BookCon, and that is the 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Haro. And it was so random. Me and Jake were standing in line, and this person was like, hey, if you get in line and take a picture, we'll give you a free ARC. And I was like, say less. So I was just really excited for that. I have started reading this, and it's very gorgeous writing, so I think if anything I were to just like maybe buy the finished copy some point in the future, but for now I'm gonna give away the ARC. Okay, so the next few books are books that I just have multiple copies of, and I don't need multiple copies of them. So let's get into that. We have Family of Liars by E. Lockhart. Oh, I didn't really like We Were Liars that much. I think if I read it when I was younger, I would have absolutely loved it. I will say the big thing that happens in the book was pretty crazy. Like, it did get me. The writing itself and like the book itself wasn't my fave, but I understand why people like it. It's just, it definitely wasn't for me. I probably will be reading Family of Liars though, because I am excited to see how her writing has progressed over the years, if it's gotten any better. Yeah, but either way, I have 2 copies of this, so I'm giving away one. Then we have Love Radio. Absolutely nothing wrong with this book. I just have like, I think I literally have 3 different copies. I have the ARC and then 2 like physical copies, which was definitely an accident on the publisher's part. They sent me 2 by accident. So yeah. Then we have Small Favors, and this is by Aaron A. Craig. And then we also have the entirety of the American Royal series. I again have multiple copies of these. I work with Get Underlined on their TikTok, and they're amazing. If you don't follow them on TikTok, you should. They have like some of my like favorite books and my favorite YA fantasies and my favorite YA contemporaries, so I would highly recommend that. And yeah, so they sent me books and they made a mistake and accidentally sent me multiple of these. I will be giving these to my best friend because she actually asked me if I read them, and I told her no, and that I have extra copies, so if she wants them, they're all hers. And yeah, Broken Wish, I have the hardcover of this. She's With Me. I don't know why exactly I have 2 copies, but I do. This is a Wattpad book, you guys. Oh my god, it was so good on Wattpad. I absolutely love this book. I talked about it in my Harry Styles vlog when I went to go see Harry Styles in LA for Love on Tour, and it was so much fun. But yeah, I read this book in that vlog. Great time. Then we have Long Way Down, and this is by Jason Reynolds. I have the hardcover copy of this. I don't know if I'm going to keep this one or the hardcover copy yet. Not really sure. I'm low-key debating on keeping this one just because I like a graphic novel that is paperback. I just find it a bit easier to read and maneuver, so maybe I'll keep this one, which is Steeped in Gold. I could not even tell you how many editions I have of this book. It's quite a lot. This one is just one that I believe I pre-ordered, so yeah. And also the spine is a little bit like crooked on this one. I think I might have like 3 editions of this book. So the next up we have is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. Merciless Ones by Namina Forna. The Agathas, and this is by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. This is about this small town where this popular girl gets murdered, and these 2 girls like don't believe what the cops said actually happened, so they try to like investigate on their own. I'm really intrigued on this one. And then we have my beloved Casey West, Places We've Never Been. I absolutely love Casey West. She's one of my favorite YA contemporary authors. I feel like she writes such fun romances, and they honestly are pretty realistic for being a teen. Like, I remember being like in middle school and having these problems, even though most of her like characters, they're in high school. But I had a lot of these problems in middle school, and it just takes me back. And either way, the romance in these books are just everything. Like, I always love her romance. I just feel like she really knows how to write romance. I would love to see Casey West write an adult romance book. I think she would absolutely kill that, and I would love it. So Casey West, you're probably not watching this, but if you are, do me a favor and dabble in a little bit of adult romance, because I would like to see it. Also have another video on my channel that I filmed like a while back, and it's me going through like my entire book collection of just books that I didn't even know I owned, and that's like a massive unhaul. I'm getting rid of like a majority of the books that are in that video, unless some of you guys like convinced me in the comments to keep some. So I'll also link that above here if you want to go see more of them, because I was debating on including some of those in this video, but like you guys can literally just go watch that one if anything. So yeah, most of these books won't be up on my Depop by the time this video goes up. Some of them will, so definitely just keep an eye out for that. Make sure you check out Book of the Month and use my code mikathebookaholic in order to get get your first book from them for only $9.99. And let me know what you think about some of the books I unhauled. Did you like them? Did you not like them? And also leave down a white heart emoji if you have one in the comments, just so that I know you watched all the way to the end and that you're a real one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.
East and the west, I'm racking up on my breath. Power on me, I'm feeling just like a Tesla. Too much tree, the smoke is making my chest hurt. Girl on me, I'm thinking I should've rest her. Hey, I'm thinking I should've rest all night long. She putting me to the test. Got a lot on, I'm trying to take out the rest.